New details about Ricky Nelson have surfaced, and they have shocked Hollywood, longtime fans, and music historians in a way few could have anticipated. Ricky, the clean-cut teen idol who grew up before America's eyes on the adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, was always seen as the handsome, charming, almost flawless boy next door. His image was carefully polished, his voice instantly recognizable, and his transition from TV star to rock and roll sensation seemed effortless. But the truth behind Ricky Nelson's life, the pressures he endured, the heartbreak he carried, and the controversies that followed him, paints a far more complicated and emotional picture than the public ever saw. And the newest information being uncovered is forcing many to re-examine everything they thought they knew about him. According to recent investigative accounts, people close to Nelson are finally opening up about the immense pressure he lived under from childhood. Though his fame looked glamorous, Ricky reportedly struggled with the heavy expectations placed on him by both his family and the entertainment industry. Producers, promoters, and even his own father shaped his every move, often leaving him torn between fulfilling a perfect image and wanting to explore his true artistic identity. Those closest to him say that behind his easy smile, Ricky battled anxiety, loneliness, and the overwhelming fear of disappointing the millions who idolized him. Hollywood insiders now admit that Ricky's life was far more controlled than fans ever knew, down to the songs he was allowed to sing, the interviews he could give, and the relationships he could have. But the most shocking revelations involve the final years of Ricky Nelson's life and the hidden struggles that ultimately overshadowed his legendary career. As rock music evolved throughout the 70s and 80s, Ricky was desperate to reinvent himself artistically, breaking away from the teen idol label that had followed him since childhood. He wanted to be taken seriously as a modern musician, yet the industry resisted him at every step. Insiders reveal that Nelson often felt trapped between nostalgia and innovation. His past successes became both his blessing and his burden. People wanted the old Ricky, not the artist he had grown into. This tension reportedly created deep frustration and emotional turmoil for him, something he rarely admitted publicly. What is even more heartbreaking is the new information emerging about the circumstances leading up to his tragic death in 1985. For decades, rumors and speculation swirled about the plane crash that claimed his life, with sensationalized stories blaming everything from mechanical failures to personal choices. But new first-hand accounts from crew members, investigators, and musicians who were on tour with him suggest that the truth is more tragic than scandalous. Reports now indicate that Ricky had been exhausted, overworked, and deeply stressed during the final leg of his tour. He had been pushing himself relentlessly, both emotionally and physically, hoping to revive his career and prove to the world that he was more than a bygone star. These details paint a heartbreaking portrait of a man striving desperately for a second chance, even as he battled fatigue, frustration, and personal demons. Hollywood figures who once viewed Ricky Nelson only as a charming icon are now publicly acknowledging the immense pressure he lived under and the loneliness that followed him throughout his life. Former collaborators say that the recent revelations have forced them to confront the truth about how child stars, especially those raised in the public eye, are often denied their own identities. Ricky's story is no longer just one of fame, talent, and tragedy. It is a cautionary tale about the human cost of being forever frozen in an image the world refuses to let go of. The new details about Ricky Nelson are heartbreaking, eye-opening, and deeply sobering. They reveal a man who spent his life trying to balance expectation with authenticity, success with freedom, and fame with personal peace. And now, decades after his passing, Hollywood is finally listening.